What if a poor farmer's son could change his destiny and meet the hero he always dreamed of? In a small, dusty village, where the sun scorched the fields and hope was as scarce as rain, a young boy lived a life of endless toil. Every day, he helped his father plow the dry soil, his hands calloused from hard work, while his 4 siblings waited eagerly for the meager meals they could barely afford. But unlike others, this boy had something different, a spark in his eyes, a dream too big for his tiny village. One evening, while fixing a neighbor's broken radio, he stumbled upon something incredible, a flickering clip on an old TV showing Tony Stark, the genius billionaire, building his first suit. The boy's heart raced. He couldn't stop watching. Could a farmer's son like him ever escape this life? Could he dare to follow the path of someone like Stark? And so, his journey began, with one burning question: what if I could? From the moment he saw Tony Stark's brilliance, the boy couldn't think of anything else. Stark's genius, his confidence, and the way he turned scraps into groundbreaking inventions lit a fire in his heart. To him, Stark wasn't just a hero, he was proof that imagination could build empires. The boy started to dream of a world far beyond the fields he worked in, a world where he could create, innovate, and change lives with his own 2 hands. But when he shared his dreams with his family, their reaction crushed him. "You're a farmer's son," his father said, shaking his head. "Your place is here, not chasing some impossible dream." His siblings laughed, calling him foolish for even thinking he could do what Stark did. The boy felt trapped between 2 worlds, the one he was born into, and the one he desperately wanted to build. Could he prove them wrong and escape this cycle of poverty? Or was he destined to be stuck forever? This question haunted him, but it also fueled his determination. Determined to chase his dream, the boy began his secret mission. Every night, after his family fell asleep, he would sit by a flickering lantern, quietly sketching his ideas on scrap paper. He borrowed old, dusty books from a kind neighbor and devoured their pages, learning everything he could about machines, circuits, and inventions. When no one was watching, he slipped into another neighbor's house to watch technology videos on an ancient computer. Each step felt like a small victory, but it was a race against time. He couldn't afford to be caught, his family wouldn't understand, and the villagers would laugh at him for daring to dream. His mother started noticing his tired eyes and asked, "Are you not sleeping well, my son?" He only smiled and said, "Just thinking about tomorrow, Emma." But the real question haunted him every night. What if someone discovers my secret? Would they stop me before I even begin? He worked in silence, carrying the weight of both fear and hope on his young shoulders. After weeks of secret work, the boy finally felt ready. Using old wires, broken parts, and sheer determination, he built his first invention, a simple gadget meant to help his father in the fields. His heart raced as he connected the final piece. Would it work? Could this be the start of something big? But when he flipped the switch, nothing happened. Sparks flew, the gadget smoked, and it fell apart in his hands. His excitement turned into despair. To make things worse, the commotion woke his father. Furious, his father stormed into the room. "What is this nonsense?" he yelled, grabbing the broken device. "We barely survive as it is, and you're wasting time on stupid ideas? Get your head out of the clouds and back into the fields." The boy's heart sank. His family's disbelief cut deeper than the failure itself. That night, as he stared at the ruined invention, tears filled his eyes. Was this the end of his dream? Or was it the first step of a much harder journey? He didn't know yet, but something inside him whispered, "You can't stop now." Months of sleepless nights and countless failures finally led to something incredible. With shaky hands, the boy connected the last wire on his latest invention, a simple device to help automate water distribution in the fields. This time, when he flipped the switch, the machine whirred to life. Water flowed smoothly, evenly, like magic. He couldn't believe it. His heart swelled with pride as he realized, "I did it. I can really make this work." For the first time, he felt the spark of real potential, the kind Tony Stark must have felt with his first creation. But his joy didn't last long. A nosy neighbor spotted the strange machine and couldn't resist gossiping. By evening, the entire village was buzzing. "That boy's wasting his time on useless contraptions," they said. "He should be helping his family, not playing with broken junk." The ridicule grew louder, and even his siblings laughed behind his back. The boy's shoulders felt heavy under the weight of their words. But as he stood by his invention, watching it work flawlessly, a new question burned in his mind. Do I let their words crush me, or do I prove them wrong? As the boy's curiosity grew, he stumbled upon something that seemed almost magical: online courses. Through the tiny window of an old computer at the village library, he discovered free resources, videos, articles, and lessons on technology and engineering. This was his chance to learn more, to improve his skills, and to take his dream to the next level. But there was a problem. The only way to access these courses was to buy a computer and internet time, money he didn't have. He thought long and hard. Then he remembered his mother's only piece of jewelry, a precious necklace passed down through generations. It was the one thing of value they owned, and she always wore it with pride.
The decision tore him apart. Should he risk his family's trust for this dream? He knew that selling the necklace would break his mother's heart, but if he didn't take this chance, he might never have another. With the knowledge he gained from the online courses, the boy began to build something truly revolutionary. He designed a device that could save his village hundreds of gallons of water, making it easier to irrigate the fields during dry seasons. When he completed it, he was filled with hope. This could change everything. The village was amazed. Word spread quickly, and people from neighboring towns came to see his invention in action. But his family, they remained skeptical. "You've done well, son," his father said, but his eyes were filled with doubt. "But I still don't believe this will change anything." Then, just when the boy thought things couldn't get any more complicated, a businessman from the city arrived. He offered a large sum of money to buy the invention. It was a tempting offer, enough money to lift his family out of poverty. But something didn't feel right. Should he sell the device and take the money, or keep working on it and risk losing everything? Could this be his chance to escape the life he knew? Or was it all a trap waiting to take everything from him? After months of hard work and countless improvements, the boy's invention finally caught the attention of the media. News outlets picked up his story, calling him a young genius and a pioneer of the future. Investors began reaching out, offering money and resources to help him take his invention to the next level. But with the attention came a heavy price. One day, a huge company offered him a deal, an opportunity to expand his invention worldwide. The catch? He would need to leave his village and his family behind. The boy's heart was torn. He had worked so hard to reach this point, but he didn't want to betray his roots. Could he really leave everything behind to chase his dreams? The question weighed on him. His family had supported him, even if they didn't fully understand. Would they ever forgive him if he walked away for good? 15 years later, the billionaire had changed the world with his groundbreaking technologies. From a small village, he had built a global empire. His innovations had saved millions, and he was now a household name. But success came with its own set of challenges. Competitors fought to steal his ideas. Business partners betrayed him for their own gain. And in the quiet moments, he often thought about his family, wondering if they ever regretted his departure. Was this the price of fame? The boy was no longer the young dreamer from the village. He was a powerful figure, but his past still haunted him. Can he balance his fame with his roots? As he faced the pressures of being a global icon, he realized that success had changed him in ways he didn't expect.
One day, to his disbelief, he received an invitation to meet none other than Tony Stark himself. The boy couldn't believe it. His childhood hero, the man who had sparked his dreams, was inviting him to join forces. The meeting was set. As the day approached, excitement and nerves overwhelmed him. Would Stark be impressed with what he had accomplished, or would he see him as just another fan who had dared to dream? The boy rehearsed his pitch, practiced his words, but deep down, he knew this moment would define everything. Will Stark see him as an equal, or just another admirer hoping for a glimpse of greatness? The question lingered in his mind, and he could only hope that this meeting would live up to the dream he had chased all these years. The moment finally arrived. The boy, now a billionaire and technological pioneer, walked into the sleek, high-tech office of Tony Stark. His heart pounded as he stood face to face with the man who had inspired every step of his journey. But instead of praise, Stark's first words were a challenge. "You've done well, But your success, how much of it is truly yours? Stark asked, his eyes piercing. He questioned the boy's values, his decisions, and whether he had truly changed the world for the better or just built an empire for himself. The boy felt the weight of Stark's words. Was he really living up to his hero's standards?